Yo, what is going on everybody? And today we're doing the Champ Free 1v1 replay analysis and we have got Carter here. So why aren't we doing a little bit of a video explaining how to get through each champ rank? Well, I just consider this the same as I consider a diamond. You got diamond 1, you got diamond 2, you got diamond 3. You got champ 1, you got champ 2, you got champ 3. There is a difference, possibly. We're going to find out, I don't know. I'm going to group them into one category. So let's have a look at how Carter got on. So loss in overtime, which is perfect for analyzing because that's what you want, man. You want it to be nice and close. And then you've got a lot to talk about. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down, ninja. Let's have a look. Decent kickoff. But this is kind of crazy. You're going off to the back boost. Then you realize this is crazy. Why is it crazy? Because they're right by the ball. They could turn on this. So now you have to turn. So this puts you out of position. This is just being a bit too greedy for the boost. Got to stick to your fundamentals there. Stay in front of the ball there. Good block to come across, but it's going to be tricky. Lucky there wasn't a demo here. As you come across here, you're literally driving right into the same path as this player, and you're forced to because you overcommitted earlier. And that's what's forced you to come back like this, needing the boost. Instead, once you get this connection here, it might be better to just slow down and not actually play the race battle, because by playing the race battle, it's like a coin toss. You both, as you can see, hit each other's corner. You arrive pretty much the same time. Slow down. Grab. 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 It's not everything's not a competition. This is what we want people to think. We want people to think this is the competition, so they waste all their efforts and resources, get into it, and lose their vision. That's what you want people to do. So yeah, there's no reason to go for this. You do end up with the boost, but that could have easily been a demo to the goal. So let's see what you do with this anyway. Okay. So you're pushing the ball forward right into the player. Now I know what you're thinking, but there's no way, Dave. There's no way I could have got a lateral dribble. Well, in that case, just sit there and wait. Just sit there and wait. The ball's bouncing perfectly for you. It's going to keep bouncing. If he comes in, then we can do a tail whip flick over the top of it if we need to. But right now, there's no real reason to push it forward. Now, granted, you could have been trying to catch this ball. But once you let the ball go, you have to give yourself a cushion. Because if you drive the ball into someone, now you'll notice the difference. Carter's driving the ball right at the opponent. The opponent's just stopped their momentum, done a jump with a dodge towards the momentum, turning sideways, which is the correct thing to do. And they're going to push it over the top. The reason Carter loses this is because they've pushed the ball into the opponent, which of course, as we've seen before, pushes the ball up. They do give themselves a little cushion, but actually on the point of impact, you can see they don't really stop their car. They continue to move forward. So a little bit of a break there, give yourself a bit more of a cushion, or just take your time initially from the corner here and don't force the action too heavily. It's 0-0. There's no real reason to. But the ball gets moving. Okay, this is a whole lot of... Okay, so right here. Okay, you lose the 50, fine. Okay, good here. It's a heavy touch, but that's fine. You can deal with that. But this is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. Just here, you missed it, okay? You could have took a second here. You could have took a second and seen what was going on, then maybe come down and then try and attack it. But you went a little bit too quick. Now, listen, which is good as we go up the ranks. But you see, you're talking to ghost it there. I mean, you get that off, you might have scored. It's one of those. I think at this rank, it's not really necessary. You could have just waited there. But a lot of that is coming because you're playing so fast. You're almost playing a game of catch up with the ball. You're hitting the ball ahead of yourself. You're sort of hitting the ball too hard. Good patience here. All right, let's see what you do this time. Well, they turned and they challenged straight away. But you know you got space here. So you don't need to hit this away. You know you've got space because if you check your ball cam, you can see that they back off to the mid boost here. You just know they're going to do that anyway. But it's always good to check your ball cam. And then you can just push it. You don't have to smack it hard, which forces you to go up in the air. Forcing an aerial play. Well, it isn't a bad thing, but it does lower your percentages. But it's kind of good to work on. But to me, it's ones. You know, maybe if this was twos, you might want to practice that, but it's not ready yet for gameplay. And that's proof of it there. And also, look, you grab the 100 boost as you come up here. And look, even if you got a good air dribble and they block it, look how much boost you use. Do you see what I mean? So you're an all-in play there, a low percentage all-in play. where if the opponent can just double jump and lean their car back and save, then it's a goal. And that's exactly what they do. So that's an all-in play for a 1v1. In my opinion. If it's not game ready. If it's game ready, we're talking something different. But that ain't game ready yet. That requires more hours in the training room. Again, so this is again just pushing the ball to the opponent. Take your time. Take your time. Come down the wall with it. Maybe catch it. Maybe put it infield. But you're pushing it straight at the opponent. So you're just constantly getting these 50-50s. Which instead, you know, you could be looking at more creating outplays and stuff like that. Pushing the ball at the opponent and at the net. And having the opponent miss is not an outplay. That's just them being bad. You actually want to outplay your opponent. And again, you sort of just... You're having a bit of a hard time here. A bit of a heavy first touch. Going for a backflip flick. Not a bad attempt, but it's just a little bit... It's a little bit rushed in my opinion. This is good. Now, this is great, Carter. Yeah, this is good. But again, you're so rushing. So you don't have to hit this. You don't have to hit this like this. The balls... You've got control of the ball here. You've managed to get control. Take your time, take your time, take your time. You sort of push it away. Then you're playing catch-up. This is the thing. You're sort of playing catch-up again. You grab the mid-boost. Then you're diving into the... I like the way you stay grounded, though. This is good. Great control here. So they're staying very close. So this person likes to turn and go again. So we've got to be real careful with our carries here. We're giving you space. It's a good goal. It is a good finish. But... would we say this was more of an outplay, or did you kind of get lucky? Do you know what I mean? Your vision here, it's a bit crowded, but I do like the fact that you just sort of went for the flick there, and you pulled it away. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to pull it away to the far post. But yeah, they did back off there. But your vision seems a little bit crowded by the way you're doing certain things. It does seem like you're more just going for the ball. It seems like you're just looking at the ball and not so much the opponent here. And while I'm looking and seeing it, it's nicely done. Very nicely done. But what I'm seeing is it's more that I feel when I watch you play this, no matter where your opponent is, you're going to do these moves. This is what I get the feeling. But that's a really nice attempt for you're looking for a double touch, but then again, look at the boost. Have you got enough if they just make the save? They score the goal, but it's a bit of a low percentage play in my opinion. But it worked out well, so well done. Good finish from them again. Maybe going a little bit too hard, and you see you're playing this like it's freeze actually, which you know, you be very good at freeze. But like here, for example, you don't have to hit this. The ball is coming across your path. Like they're not going to get this. The ball's coming across your path. You can literally just come across to here with it and grab this boost instead, drag them out a little bit. But instead you end up smacking the ball. And then it makes the ball go high, which is in a vulnerable position for you. And then you go off and you smack the ball again. But where do you smack the ball? You smack the ball to the opponent. Now, I know you've got mechanics. I know you've got moves. Why not jump off here and just like do a soft touch and air dribble it or something? I don't know. Gives it to the opponent, but there you go. So, although this is a goal, we need to look at why this is a goal. And it'll be the same thing for everyone. Same thing we saw in Diamond. Same thing we saw in Platinum. Same thing we saw in Champ 1. Look at the turn. Onto the boost. Onto the ball. In the corner is low percentage because it moves quicker than people can imagine. So if they came a little bit wider, took a wider line, or maybe turn the other way, that would not be a goal. So far, what you've got to question yourself, and this is why I put Champ 1 to Champ 3 in the same category. How many outplays have we seen? Versus how many mistakes have we seen? And that's really the big key here. Outplays versus mistakes. Nice kickoff, well done. He gets the boost. Boost grab. Okay, so it seems to be like it's just going to be a case of diving in here. This is real risky because you're coming from your own corner. They look at you, but then they're already too much on the ball. But you're coming from your own corner. And then you're just sort of driving at the opponent. We see this a lot. With no sort of just steady driving. If they smacked that off, if they didn't come too far forward and they drove back a little bit, they smacked that on the bounce, you would have been in no man's land. And there's an opening. And then there, it's just a case of diving on the ball. And it's just 50-50s instead of fakes and shadows. And stuff that's just more consistent as you go up the ranks. Because what's going to happen here If you go get some footage of some top 100 players, you'll see that how often they don't hit the ball and how often they fake is absolutely huge. And this is the difference. People are challenging everything and they're diving in and they're challenging non-stop. And actually that is what's making the game more difficult. You see, this is a lot of movement. We're moving the ball around a lot, but not actually really anything's being achieved. You see what I'm saying, sir? Here again, good boost grab. But you don't need to go for this. You know they're going to hit it to the side. Do you know what I mean? You don't actually need to turn. It hits the ball into the air. You've gone again. You didn't need to hit this either. Again, this is all in my opinion, but there's... Again, if you wanted to hit that, you'd have to be a super soft touch with no boost and then go into an airdrop, which you can do. But it just seems very rushed. We're obviously isolating incidents here, so it's going to be easier for me to say, oh yeah, you just don't boost. But in the heat of the game, when you're boosting around everywhere, this is a habit. And so what happens here, you don't really put the game into a level of consistency that necessarily you might be happy with. Good boost grab there. Good vision here. Now this is a perfect time to throw in a fake. Okay, you sort of hitting the ball. Great 50, really good 50. But again, it's just this thing of, okay, you got the ball, then you have to smash it. Then you smash it off the wall. You see what I mean? It's like, it's a lot of sort of it's constant. It's a bam, bam, bam. But that was good dunk there. Good re-challenge as you saw him hit the ball up high. But right here we lose vision of them. And it seems like maybe you know where they are with your ears. Maybe you can hear them, to be fair. Good 50 block. And good finish there. Alright, let's have a look at this kickoff. Nice kickoff. Almost ended in the goal as well. Good boost grab. Good save from them. Right, so this is... Right, so I see what you're looking at here. You're looking at a demo or a very close fake. But right here, why don't you, instead of reversing, see how your nose is already facing this way? Like you're facing this way. So why not just keep that momentum and turn this way? You just keep your momentum. Just turn like that. Instead of stopping your car and reversing. Do you see what I mean? So you've sort of stopped your car. Then you're reversing. You get the hit, which is good. So this is the difference between, it was the last replay, I think, which was Champ 1 2v2. And remember I said about the diving in the corner? So now Steven's diving in the corner. If you actually look, Carter does just a very simple jump that puts him behind the ball. That's how you really want to play that. Unfortunately, you couldn't finish this, but this is a fundamental, just a side flip there, bro. And that'll be a goal. So just here, just side flip it. It's an open net, just side flip it. Very good save from them to come back. If you side flip that, looks like you might win the game. So again, yeah. So it's these all-in plays. It is these. You've got the mechanics. You've got the mechanics, right? So all you've got to do is tame your game to not be so all-in like this here. It's good, but once this happens, you need to be working on your recoveries. So right now, if you are going to go for this, you need to be cautious of how to get out for it. Right here, once they come, or once you see them come, your thing now is to pull back on your controller so that you rotate this, so that your nose now points down. So you'll be in the same position in the air, but your nose will now be pointing this way, like more downwards. Then we can boost downwards as we rotate the car, aka sort of like a half flip. But instead you do like a helicopter. So as you come here, you sort of continue to lean. See how you lean? Like this. And that just takes a little bit longer. And now what happens? Because if you would have leaned back, half flipped, you would have landed on this boost. You could have probably just boost, side flip, speed flip, whatever. You would have been here. You would have had an inside out position. So you could have made the save. But instead, because you're playing such a sort of fast-paced game here, you end up trying to come across, and it's telegraphed. So if you look at it from your opponent's perspective, great recovery from them. They come around, they see you. All they got to do is a double jump pop would have worked also. So we're lowering our percentages here by sort of just diving to the ball here. I feel like this is a very fast-paced, explosive game. And this is just because of the way you're pushing the ball all the time and going for these aerial plays all the time and challenging. that when you make the game fast-paced like this, it lowers the percent. That was now that is a play you can get behind. Because it was unfortunately it didn't go in, but that was a great air dribble. You didn't overcommit here. Look, you're laying him back. You get the block. Unfortunately, it didn't go in or come off the post. But these are the plays you want to be doing. Unfortunately, you didn't get the boost grab, but neither did they. So you know they've got again. We're trying a lot of stuff here. Now it's if it works, it's cool. If it doesn't, again, this is stuff that you might be looking to do in a higher rank. But see how you you do a side flip here instead of a back flip. So instead here, just continue to do a standard shadow. It seems like you feel scared shadowing. But your lack of shadowing is what is making this game so explosive, which means you need to continually try and play catch up. Good block. Little hit to the side. And again, right. What are you going to do? So you don't need to hit this. The opponent's backing off. This is literally your chance to get the win here. They've backed off all the way. You can clearly see they've definitely backed off. But I've got a feeling you're not looking at them. You're looking at the ball. No matter if they were 2 meters away, you'd probably bang that ball. And this is the problem. We need to be looking at the player. Getting that intel on the player. So it gives the ball. Good boost grab though. So yeah, great boost grabs here. Great demo from them. So that's, you sort of put yourself in the line of fire. Here's a great tip, right? Grab this boost. Now, whenever you see someone supersonic around the back wall, they're going to look for a come to daddy, like everyone does. So what you want to do is you actually want to slam your brakes on. Well, not slam your brakes on, slow down, and actually come behind the player. And they'll go for the come to daddy and they'll miss. And if they go for an off and on, you'll actually be behind them. And as they hit the ball off and come across the side, you'll be able to sneak in and actually get the defensive play. Boom. See? Great shot from them. Just couldn't get the finish, but what a lot of power. You might have been able to score this if I'm being honest with you. If you would have flipped to the left, if you would have, like, if you turn out here right now and side flip to the left, it might go in because you're coming across the ball's momentum. So the ball's momentum is coming essentially this direction, but you're putting your car's momentum in this direction with this flip. So all that does, you've got 2 objects moving the same way. I'll just kill it and continue to move in this direction. If you earlier on went this way underneath it, now you've got opposing momentum, which should then cancel itself out and get more lift and forward movement. So this should just kill this ball sort of downwards as you go with it. So see, so it kills it, and that makes the recovery hard. If you would have got through, that would have been a nice goal. Fake, 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 fake. So they've got control of the possession. They're playing a low 50 here. You can see they've got a cushion. If they didn't jump into, like, if they didn't move forward into that, that could have been even more deadly. But you're just sort of diving into it. And a drive challenge would have been better in that situation. Then there's a turn. So right here, you're turning. If they shoot this on, you're not saving it. Luckily, they miss. Again, not because of an outplay. Again, you could have done that with a fake. You could have turned and turned back real quick, and it would have had the same thing. You would have created that pressure. But it's a lot of forward movement here. We get the forward movement. I see what you're trying to do, but those times that you've been trying, to be fair, you have been mixing up your offense, but one thing you have been doing with your offense is making it very linear. It's always you just pushing it at the net. You're not trying to move it to the side for a hook shot, for a bounce triple power shot. Do you know what I mean? Not even like bring it in here, slam your brakes on and go for a low 50 because you've pushed it at them every time. And you know that they're sort of sideways here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you're continually doing the same thing over and over, but the result's not different. So if the result's not different, that is what Albert Einstein says. If you do the same thing over and over, expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Good kickoff from there. Oh, I don't think you needed to go for this. I feel like this was unnecessary. You've lost the kickoff. Boom. Right, your job now, turn your car front flip. Front flip, front flip, front flip, front flip, front flip. Get here. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is completely side on. Completely side on. You telegraphed your movement. Heavy, heavy fake because you're not... This is not like... if you're going to go for a fake challenge or something, like already now you need to be turning because you're coming so side on, you have no protection from the net. So you need to be coming here like this straight away. Or like this, you know what I mean? You don't want to be coming in such a side on position where they can see. Then that fake challenge, you see how that fake challenge, because you just go straight at them, you do this fake challenge, vroom, and now you go for the shot. Like here, you do a fake, and you know as soon as you fake like this, they're gonna go. So you have to continue on the ground after that fake. That's the whole purpose of a fake. You know the idea of a fake is to make the opponent shoot, and they've done just that. So you can't re-challenge like this. Double fake always here, and then you would have been able to get up and get it. I can't even see the ball, but if you would have doubled up the fake, don't go for it now and just continue, you would have probably been able to get across for that. Nonetheless, brilliant play, dude. You've increased your skill so much from when I first met you, which is absolutely insane. I think you were, I could be wrong. I think you were like silver or gold. I think you were like silver 3 when I first met you, and now you're grand champ, and obviously at the beginning of this season you're playing champ 2. So that's great. So I do really appreciate you handing in that replay for us to analyze here. Hopefully that helps everyone. It's a shorter one now because you guys are getting the hang of it. We're just pointing out the mistakes. But what were the mistakes? Was it the same thing we've seen before of just pushing the ball into the opponent and hoping they miss and standing around in no man's land with our nose pointing against them? Yes, it was. It was the same exact things. We're playing the ball too quick away from ourselves. It makes the game fast, but it doesn't actually achieve much until people start making mistakes. And instead of trying to hope that they make a mistake, let's force them to make a mistake. And that's the difference. We're playing a game where we're hoping one of us cracks. Hopefully them. But why not make them crack? And that's the difference. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope that's helped. Look after yourself. Have a nice life. And peace out. Peace.